I want to contrast learning objectives with what I call business outcome objectives. Remember, the first disciplines define the business outcomes. So let's think about traditional learning objectives. How were we taught to write learning objectives? What does Bob Mager say? So how does a learning objective start? At the end of this program, the learner will be able to fill in the blank. Well, what does that say then? It says from the point of view of time frame, we're talking about the end of class. When we talk about what will I get out of it, I'm going to get knowledge or capability. I will be able to do something. But now remember, I'm just a crusty old business guy. What am I interested in? Because I'm the one actually paying for the training in the end. Well, I'm not interested in what people can do at the end of class. What I'm interested in is what will they do on the job? I'm interested in the actions and the results it'll produce. And actually, even as a learner in class, to somebody's comment there, Steve's comment that we need a motivational hook, frankly, guys, I'm sorry, but learning objectives are full of jargon. They're kind of boring. And in my view, they don't really answer the what's in it for me question. If I'm in a class, if I'm giving you my time and my energy and my enthusiasm, then you got to explain to me, how's this going to help me in my career, on the job? How will it help me get ahead? So I want to argue that we should, when we're designing programs, we absolutely need learning objectives. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not arguing we don't need learning objectives. But what I'm saying is that when we talk to business leaders or when we talk to participants in a training program, we should talk in terms of the business outcomes because those define how the program is going to add value, either to me as a participant or me as a manager. And although in many ways this is a subtle difference, I think if you start talking more of the business outcomes, you'll find you get much better buy-in from both the trainees and from their managers in terms of sending them. Because learning objectives are always subservient. Hey, Steve, glad you like that. Learning objectives are always subservient to the business objectives. If you think about the hierarchy here, the business has a mission or a vision. That gets broken up into specific business objectives. The learning objectives, which may be at 1 or 2 or 3 levels, but they're always supporting the learning objectives. So talk to me as a business leader in business terms, and you'll get much more support from me. So again, you need both, but use the business objectives when you talk to the business leaders. Use the learning objectives when you talk to instructional designers and other people. Absolutely, Doug, I'm watching comments come by. People want to know why I'm learning this, but why I'm learning this, in my view, isn't well answered by a learning objective. It's much better answered by, this is how it will help you do your job. This is how it will help us achieve our goals. Now, where do you get those business objectives? I don't have time to go through the whole story here, but this is one of the things we teach. We call it the planning wheel. It's the dumbest set. It's the simplest set of 4 questions, but I guarantee you that if you will ask business leaders these 4 questions, you will be able to deliver much better programs. The first question, pretty simple. What business need are we trying to solve here? What are we trying to do? Now remember, a business need isn't, a training program is not a business need. A business need is better customer service, more sales, fewer mistakes, that kind of thing. So we need to understand that. And you'd think a business leader would know these, but you'd be surprised how often they haven't got further than, we need a communications course.